Good morning, it's Josh here again. Hopefully, as always, you can see and hear me in the bottom right hand corner of your screen. As I speak, it is about 12:15 on Tuesday the 19th. Yet to see Kilbury Kid and Present View romp to victory this afternoon and increase all of our betting banks. The aim of this video is, one of you, Richard, emailed in. He's got the guide and is a new HorseRaceBase user. So for this year, as you know, I've researched for most tracks where I could find one. One trainer microsystem per track, as you can hopefully see on the right hand side. This is from Doncaster, which is one of the free track profiles I sent out. And yeah, for this year, because they're new, they haven't been tested live really. I haven't set anything up whereby I would email or send you or have some kind of membership website in terms of posting the selections every day. I think if you just used the racing post and had the rules in at hand, it wouldn't take too long to go through online and actually find the bets. The alternative, as I've suggested in the guide, is to get a HorseRaceBase account if you don't already have one. It does cost £10 a month minimum, I think, but if you like systems and there's loads of other stuff, it is worth giving a go, and you can trial it as well, I think. Anyway, for those of you who aren't used to HorseRaceBase, or who may be used to it but maybe not aware of the process I went through to research the systems and add them in, I thought I would just go through an example so that for those of you that want it, you've got an idea. So I've got the guide there to the right. I have my HorseRaceBase account, or one of them. Currently got two. That's mainly because you can only save 100 systems per account, and I think I've got a couple of hundred saved. Anyway, so we're looking at the top, various different tabs. I'm interested in the research tab, and the V4 system builder. So I'm clicking on that. I need to add in some criteria. I know what I know, so to speak, which is the track, the race code. I will. What do I want? Date. I want the year. I'll handicap, non-handicap for now. If I whiz down to the bottom, go to proceed. So we're looking at flat, Doncaster. Where are you? There you are. Handicaps. 2013, 14, 15, last 3 seasons. You don't have to tick 2016. Obviously, that will bring up any stats for this year. The systems naturally roll over from one year to the next if you keep them saved, so you don't need to worry about having the current year ticked in terms of the qualifiers coming through on your system. So we go there. Now I could just add in the trainer, but I'll just break down by trainers. So that's that. That's the starting set of data, all flat handicaps at Doncaster. This is going to include all handicaps at the moment. I suppose I should do that first actually. As you'll see through a lot of the stats, the majority in terms of all the general handicaps exclude nurseries, maiden handicaps, senning handicaps, etc. I just wanted to focus on normal handicaps, for want of a better phrase, and I use the race type box, which hopefully you can see in front of you. So I tick that. So this is that's breaking down that first set of stats into the different types of flat handicaps here. Now, Doncaster don't have any selling handicaps or maiden handicaps, etc. But they do have handicap nurseries. They are a different. They are a specialism. Fahy is actually quite good with his nursery handicappers in general. But for this one, I'm just looking at his handicaps, as I have done for all of the main track systems. So we've got yeah, handicap, race types handicaps, that's basically excluding nurseries. Um, Now I want to break down, so you can use that as a starting set if you want to do your own research and get playing around with the different tools. So pretty much for each track I use that as a starting point. And then, sorry, I'm breaking down by trainer. So you take that starter set and you can break down by all the different trainer stats. So they're there in alphabetical order. I always like to list them by wins first. That's just a personal preference, but you can list by all kinds of different things. Profit loss at SP, profit loss at Betfair SP, high to low, low to high percentages, you name it. So we can see there that Fahy does best. You can maybe see why Mr. O'Meara isn't included. That's just impossible in order to engineer, for want of a better phrase, a system around him. There you want to maintain all the winners and knock out a lot of losers, but they're clearly punted off the boards in terms of overall to a minus 68 point loss to £1 stakes at starting price, and Betfair doesn't do much better. In general, they're performing 31% below market expectations. In terms of Fahy's doesn't really compare. The market is still underestimating his. So anyway, we've got Fahy there. So that's the starting set. Now I could go through and break down and the way I built it, but in terms of for those of you that want to just add the system in, so we've got the trainer, we've got handicaps, excluding all of those. We've got so what do we want to add? Sorry, the age of the horse. So we can go to add. So we're just adding in rules here, and you can just obviously keep referring back to the guide. So I'm adding in horse age. Now you can, it's 4 and older, so you can either go to 4 and just all the way down to 20 or whatever, or you can use the apply not rule. So if I do 2 to 3 year olds and say apply, tick that apply not rule box, that effectively is just going to bring up all those horses that are age 4 and older, which is what we want. He actually didn't have, well, it excludes nurseries obviously, so it didn't have any 2-year-olds anyway come up in the system. So not 2 and 3. Add, we want handicap wins. So this angle looks at his unexposed runners. So here we are, so I know I'm whizzing through this. You've got these boxes here with the second box down, horse data, and we want horse run. So you've got all these different factors here. You want horse run, handicap, non-handicap. Now there's, unlike with the jumps, you can look at horse run in the handicap in the national hunt race type, which would be looking at handicap hurdles or handicap chases. There isn't an option of horse run in handicap flat races, I don't believe, unless I've not looked properly. I know it is updated quite often, but I don't believe so. So it's horse run, handicap, non-handicap. Very few of these would have, run over handicap hurdles, for example. So anyway, horse run, handicap, non-handicap. No, I'm looking at the wrong one, aren't I? See, sorry, horse wins. Ignore that. Horse win. So here I go back. So you've got all the run stats, then you've got the win. Horse win. Handicap, non-handicap. This is there in front of me. What's the number? 0 to 2 only. There we go. And now I want odds, so I can add odds. So I do it to SP, which is this one here, and you're going all the way up. These are decimals, so you want the one above, so we're up to 17, which is 16 to 1, and shorter, which you get those stats there, I believe. I think he had a few, yes, his 4 lost at the start of this season at the meeting the Lincoln meeting, one of them did place. That's the way that goes. Hopefully he'll rack up a few more this season as it progresses. Jan van Hoof, very close, just couldn't quite get there. I'm not sure if he has attitude problems or just bumped into one. He didn't quite look like he wanted to go past to me. Anyway, that's that. So that's how easy that is to add that system in. Obviously you can check the results and kind of match them up to make sure that they are correct and that it's the same table you see within the guide. And then you want to save it really. Now this is important, when saving it, remove the odds cap, because the system will only come up if the horse qualifies in the odds cap. And obviously sometimes throughout a day a horse, one of his may shorten from 20 to 1 into 16 to 1 and suddenly would appear in your qualifiers. Now if you're betting the evening before or the morning, you may miss that. If you remove the odds qualifiers, the horses, all of them will come up, and then you just need to check the odds. And if you have to bet at a certain time of day, as with all odds systems, you can make a judgment. On odds check you may see a line of blue or think the price is going to come in. You may look at the form and think the price may definitely come in and you fancy it anyway. With odds and trainer based systems that have an odds cap, you will back some that drift. Well, both really. So you might back that 20 to 1 shot, and he may not come in at all. Every now and then one of those goes in. Likewise, you may back a horse at 12 to 1, 14 to 1 that drifts out beyond range and they lose, but every now and then they drift out of range and they win and you've backed them. I would kind of say have the same approach. Obviously if you can track them, if you can look at lunchtime or late morning, if it's good thing with a flat, there's evening meetings, so you do have time to see. Obviously we want to try and back horses before they get backed in, and that's the other thing. You will make up by taking a morning price. You will make up any shortfall plus more in terms of backing those that may drift. You'll make up that by backing horses at a price that get backed in and backing 6 to 1 winners that go off at 3 to 1, etc. So it kind of all evens out over time. And if anything, if you get lucky enough, you may actually win more over time by the odd big price one that drifts out, or missing the odd loser that gets brought in. That's just the nature of this approach. But without using odds caps with trainer-based systems, you can back, depending on the trainer, a hell of a lot of losers and they're just not profitable. So that's a bit pointless. Anyway, so remove the odds cap when saving it. I don't have any available systems slots. I will try and find, where are we? They're all here. So I call them flat trainer track profile TTP. As you can see, where is Doncaster? Be here somewhere. You just thought it would be. Oh, it is in alphabetical order. And the other thing is, so when saving it, you put in the name. I put flat TTP Donny plus the odds cap, so that it comes up within the system rules, so that you can see and that as a guide. You don't have to keep referring back. And if I look at the qualifiers, here we have got, if you look at the bottom, flat TTP Brighton, that's the John Bridger system. You can see there saved, the odds cap 7 to 1 or shorter. Live Dangerously is currently 20s, I think. Mega Lala's hovering around that price range at the moment, I think. So that is that really. That's all I'm going to say, and try and keep this brief. How long are we up to? Well, still 14 minutes, and I've tried to be quick. Right, so thanks for watching. If you have any questions on anything really, then do drop a comment in the drop a comment on this post, and I will try and get back to you, or email me, and I can try and answer any questions you have. So hopefully that's quite straightforward. As I said, I should actually when adding in all the different rules, there's all kinds of different things. I mainly focus on, it might be runs in handicaps, wins in handicaps. You've got horse runs in 90 days, which is dominant for some of them, whereas horse runs 90 days. No, there we go, to the right. So yeah, you just need to find the particular rule, which will be either in the top box in terms of might be an age restriction or race distance at the top there, might be a class, and then you've got all this different horse data. I think there may be a few that have last time out. Well, for Johnston at Goodwood, I think his last time out is something to do with the track. Won't give too much away there. And yeah, various other things. So yeah, it'll be last time out, last race data, plus the horse data. Okay, there's some of them that might be jockey combos, so jockeys are there. As I said, the important thing is getting the starting set of data right, which is that handicap in the handicap, non-handicap, and breaking down by that race type box, which is here. And that's it really, making sure, well, the years don't really matter as long as you've got it saved in. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So I will leave that there. As I said, thanks for watching. Any questions, well, you know where I am, and I will leave it there, hopefully, as we build up to a couple of today's tips doing the business and adding to all of our profits. So thanks for watching, and until the next time, goodbye.